Pokemon is a beloved franchise by gamers worldwide. In fact, the only people who don't like Pokemon are people who suck at video games. These games are so much more than a regular series, and I'm gonna convince you to love them just as much as I do. Let's start at the beginning. 1996. Red, Blue, and Yellow. Pokemon games were born, and a fantastic world where you can collect, trade, and battle magical creatures with your friends emerges from the imagination of great minds. Attention to detail and Pokemon are inseparable. There's not only hundreds of impressive sprites and the most complex gameplay at the time, but a rich story full of charismatic and memorable characters. One character shines above the rest. You, Red, the first protagonist. Red started off as any other trainer, just a naive 10-year-old boy with a dream of becoming a Pokemon master. He was defeated by pigeons. He was the weakest trainer in the entire region, for about 5 minutes. Through raw passion and perseverance, he defeated and caught more and more wild Pokemon, growing and strengthening his Pokemon team. He eventually defeated other trainers, then powerful gym leaders, then Team Rocket grunts, then admins, then Giovanni, a psychotic mafia boss with a lust for power. The fights weren't easy, but he never gave up. All the while, his rival, Blue, also technically green, I don't know how the hell the lore explains this, is just as passionate at becoming stronger than any other. Red finally defeats 8 gym leaders, an impressive amount that very few people have reached. Finally, Red ascends the steps to the Elite Four, the most powerful Pokemon trainers in the world. Fight after grueling fight, he defeats the Elite Four, but one challenger remains, the champion. Red is informed by the final Elite Four member that the champion was just defeated moments before he arrived. Who could the new champion be? Blue awaits his rival in the champion's arena. Equally strong as Red, the battle for the best Pokemon trainer in the world begins. It's a ridiculously close match. Anyone could win. But using a clever strategy and utilizing multiple Pokemon types allows Red to defeat Blue. Red is now the Kanto region champion, the strongest trainer in the world at the time. But that's far from the end of the story. Years later, in other regions, other young trainers are becoming champions of their respective regions as well. Hundreds of new Pokemon are being discovered and put to the test of battle. Being the Johto region champion for a while now, you've grown bored of the lack of challenge. You explore a hidden cave full of strong Pokemon. It gradually leads to a mountain with snow peaks at the top. Curious and craving adventure, you ascend the mountain. Exiting the cave, you're greeted by a blast of cold air and hail. In the distance, a figure looms. Through the storm, you can make out a teenage boy in red clothing. Without a word, the red figure turns around and grabs a Pokeball from his bag. After realizing his first Pokemon's level, you realize that you weren't ever the very best. That trainer is standing right in front of you. So if you didn't notice by now, Pokemon is badass. But Red's theme music specifically is flawless. As soon as the music picked up, your heart was racing and you felt immense intensity. That is why I set the scene, because spending weeks becoming as strong as you can and then finding out there's still a challenge for you is the greatest feeling in a video game. Red's theme is the epitome of boss fight music. Because this isn't just a boss, this is a legend among men. Once a child with just a dream, Red is now a god-tier Pokemon trainer, matched in skill by none. So let's quickly look back at the original theme. Pretty good, but like any original, it could use some polishing, and that's exactly what happened. A Heart Gold Soul Silver remake of the song conveys a sense of unbelievable power in your opponent. Even though you've beaten the entire flippin' game, he's still stronger than you. In fact, Red's weakest Pokemon is the same level as Arceus. a mythical Pokemon only obtainable by hacking the game, not to mention the literal god of Pokemon. That's right, Red's weakest Pokemon is on par with God. Now that you shit yourself, let's take a look at the more modern Red themes. These three are the only ones that matter. Each of these conveys a different but equally meaningful aspect of Red the Pokemon legend. The original is the beginning of it all, and it beautifully illustrates that determination and passion Red had way back in 1996. The Heart Gold Soul Silver remake shows just how far Red's strength has gone, and how his burning passion never flickered for even a second since his adventures way back in Pokemon Red. The Sun and Moon remake, however, shows an entirely different side to Red, many years later. The song starts off with an intense, and yet different, theme. There's still hints of Red's original theme in the beginning, and yet something has changed. Ages have passed, and Red's passion for Pokemon battling hasn't changed. But he as a person has. He's older, wiser. But he isn't a young Pokemon trainer anymore. The song reflects that this is kind of just a battle tree fight. There's not really much on the line, it's more or less just for fun. And right around the middle of the song you can hear this, as Red's theme playfully starts introducing lighter-hearted chords. It's interesting to think that the most powerful Pokemon trainer in the world, with a burning passion for winning, though still that same passionate trainer, now does not take battling as seriously. It's equally interesting that after whoever knows how many years, he still hasn't said a fucking word! He should be called Triple Dot instead of Red. But I digress. The character Red is an inspirational and very memorable character from the Pokemon series. Since the first battle with him way back in Gen 2, he's been unforgettable, and he stands as a testament to why Pokemon games are so unique and awesome. His theme is a masterful crafting of musical composure. Basically, the point I'm trying to get across is Temtem sucks!